The first time I got to do it in a stock car was, for the Bud Shootout. And I remember I couldn't even get out of the pits and catch the pack. I'd leave the pits and they'd all leave me, and then I couldn't catch them. And then I'd try to leave the pits and the pack would just go by, and I'd be driving around alone. It was so tricky to figure out. And then, to finally, go there and get comfortable. And, we did it with our little team that we own, me and Frankie Stoddard. And, putting it on the pole is really all the crew chief. The driver doesn't have anything to do with it there. You feel good about it. And like Jeff Gordon said, like I remember he congratulated me. Hey, congratulations on the pole. And I'm like, Jeff, you know as well as I do. I mean, a monkey could have done it. And he goes, "Hey, you got to take it when you can get it." No one else knows that. But, but then in the race, to have a race where we, I'm sure, I'm sure most drivers thought we were going to wreck or cause a wreck. So to be there at the end and be in contention and lead a bunch of laps right in the last 12 laps was pretty fun. I mean, it was definitely that was one of the highlights in American racing for me. I think
I know
it
I'd
was a lot of fun.
I know I'd watched. I actually watched the race the other day just to kind of watch a couple of your races, and I remember the last couple of laps of it. The cautions kind of came your way towards the end, and I know you kind of leapfrog everybody to get up. Wasn't there something where your crew chief had said, let's just stay out and see what happens?
Yeah, and we were on old tires, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's roll the dice. And back then you couldn't really drive wide open. The track was slippery and bumpy, and but those last 10 of the last 12 laps, I mean, I was wide open, sliding the whole way around, and I still remember. I mean, Tony Stewart had a really fast car that night, but going into turn 3, I saw him go high, and I went up to block him, and then the Bush brothers were behind us, and when they went low, I'm like, oh, I'll go low and we'll hang Tony Stewart out. And as soon as I went low, they went high, and it was too late to change direction again. And I still play that back in my head like it was so close. But even when I finished fourth, I mean, I felt like I should go in the grass and do donuts because I felt like I won. I mean, that's how good it felt. So it was pretty neat.